Welcome to the Virtual Career Connection here at the Las Vegas Natural History Museum. My name is Alex. I am one of the presenters here at the museum. We're going to talk about animals in the dark. And today, I want you to kind of close your eyes and imagine a very, very dark world. So I want you guys to just imagine this is how the world looks normally for every animal on Earth, except for a few. So we're going to turn the lights back on, and we're going to check out one of the coolest animals that has an adaptation for the dark. So the first animal we're going to talk about is Alby. Alby is a ball python. They are from Western Africa, and they are built for the dark. The reason why is because he's got slitted eyes. It's kind of hard to tell right now because he's currently in shed. So you can see he's got the bluish eyes, and he's got a bit of a pinkish belly, but he does have another remarkable trait that makes him able to live in the dark. I like to move. So if you look there, you'll see these little holes that go up his lip, and those holes are heat pits. Now those heat pits actually detect infrared heat. So if he looked at me, he would see a very bright white and red body, and the extremities would be blue and cold. So he could actually tell that I'm not food because I'm not a predator. So with those heat pits, Alby can see infrared thermal images. So those thermal images show reds, whites, oranges, blues, purples, and each color actually says where the heat is. Now, because I'm a big heated animal, I am probably not food. I'm probably a predator. So Alby can tell that I'm too big to eat. But say a little mouse scurried across the table. That could potentially be food. So what he does is that he would sit in a burrow, just pretend he's in a burrow, and he would be waiting for little mammals to come by, and he'd pick up that heat sense and go right after it, because they are opportunistic eaters. Can't go that way. Gotta go that way. There we go. And so because they're opportunistic eaters, they have to be able to catch their prey as soon as it comes by. Now with Alby here, Alby doesn't have to really worry about that. He gets frozen thawed mice every 2 weeks. But in the wild, he would sit in a burrow and kind of just wait. Because these guys like those burrows, and that's where mice like to hang out, he can find food pretty easily, but he doesn't have to eat that often. These guys, they can go up to a year without eating. That's pretty impressive, and especially at nighttime when animals would be less active as he is, then he might not get food every time. Now, Alby here is one of our resident animals, and he is just over 12 years old. He will live upwards of 25 to 30 years, which is a very long time for a snake, about this size. He is about 4 foot, and they usually max out about 4 feet. Now, these guys are called ball pythons because once they get scared, they'll tuck their head into all their coils and try to hide and protect their head from predators. Now, that's pretty good against someone like me who might go right for the head, right? Now, they used to also be called royal pythons because people used to wear them as live jewelry. As you can tell, Alby is not aggressive. As I booped his face, he did not care. But they used to wear them as live jewelry around their necks, around their wrists. Cleopatra actually had a couple of these guys. So his dark coloration actually helps him to blend into his environment. And with that environment, since it's really dark and no one can really see him anyway, he's got the perfect ambushing technique to use against smaller mammals and birds and various other small creatures that he likes to eat. Now, Alby is currently in shed, but he doesn't seem to mind the fact that I'm holding him. But if you look, let's see if I can get him in a shot. Okay, can you see him? Mm-hmm. All right. So if you look at his blue eyes, that liquid is what protects the scale that's over his eyes so that nope, you're not going that way. So that when he sheds, he can actually shed the scale over his eyes. Now this is really cool because they don't shed very often. When they do shed, it's about every few months to upwards of once a year. Now once he sheds, he'll be cleaned up and look very pretty, and he'll be able to blend in again. So Alby here is built for living in the dark, and because of his heat pits and his slitted eyes, even though we can't see them today, he's able to see better than we can, as you saw earlier with all the darkness in here. Now, we do have an exhibit here at the Las Vegas Natural History Museum where you'll get to meet other cool animals that live in the dark, including snakes, owls, and various other creatures that you don't usually see during the day. I'm just gonna put them here. There we go. So, I do hope you guys come and visit us here at the Las Vegas Natural History Museum for the In the Dark exhibit, which is here until November 15th, and come and see some of our resident animals as well. And I hope you enjoyed our educational presentation of Alby and some of the cool adaptations he has. Thanks so much. Have a good day.